Hi, I'm David.
2.2.
David Scoggins, Faces of Dave, Barefoot Runner. This is it.
This is it. This is it. I just invited you or asking you just to come here. I just wanted to dialogue, just talk about a little bit about the channel that I have, Faces of Dave, which was originally Barefoot Running People. Just did Faces of Dave. It was something new and different because it just took on the ideas of what was going on with the Barefoot Running People. So I just wanted to do something new and different and upbeat, something that really just grasps everything I was trying to do with the Barefoot Running People channel. So that's why I basically started that.
And you kind of wanted to reach out to your audience and speak to them too, right?
Yeah. Just hopefully they just kind of hear what I'm just trying to say. Just to come along with me as I go running and just kind of view and kind of experience just the fun and the humor that I do with the different characters I have.
They seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm getting some positive feedback. It's actually better than the Barefoot Running People, and that's basically because the Barefoot Running People channel was just a good learning tool for me. So it seems to be better. I'm getting a lot of views on most of the videos, so that's good. And I'm still learning, so it's a process. It's definitely a process.
What's changed so far? What's have you improved? Do you see any major changes in yourself as
Well,
far as the content?
I think the big thing is, I'm trying to really do things that really show experience. I'm saying that things that involve more of an experience, that seems to draw a lot of people. People want to see you experiencing things. So that's what I've kind of noticed. Like some of the stoic things, they're okay, but a lot of people, especially like when I'm sharing what's on my heart or when I'm sharing what's going on with my feet or things like that, people seem to be interested in what you're experiencing. I mean, look, people like to see people get ice dumped on them. They like to see people freeze up like that. That's an experience. So people just like the experience. And the experience of people tripping and falling, that's an experience. I've tripped and fallen. I mean, I don't anymore like that. But if I do, you'll see it on the video. So you guys got that part.
Do you want anybody to come out and join you?
Hey, I always want somebody to come out and experience running barefoot with me, but a lot of people are just afraid because you go out there and you run with no shoes on. I'm gonna run on needles. I'm gonna do this, and all the looks I get, they're gonna tell you, "Oh man, you're crazy. Look at you, man. You're psychological." I mean, people call the police on me. So, but I always want people to come because once again, that's all about the experience. If I can get people to run with me, they can experience it. But there's already community out there, people who run barefoot, but we're scattered. We're scattered about.
And maybe this is an attempt to reach out to those kind of out there.
Yeah. Well, I was really excited to see, especially on Facebook, that there's a lot of communities of people who run barefoot. And I just want to say hi to everybody out there in those communities that I'm a part of. And I just want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you.
Give me an experience that you've had with your social network that makes you happier, gives you joy, or maybe it's awkward. Just tell me about what you've been experiencing as a YouTuber of sorts.
That is a great question. Actually, I will have to say the most recent video I did, where I call it, I can't even recall the name right now. I believe, Path of the Foot Shredder. That video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's called Path of the Foot Shredder. That was the one where I wanted people to really experience what barefoot running was all about. The experience, that's what I really wanted to share with the people. it was long, but the experience was great. It shared the pains that you have to go through, the people looking at you. Some may laugh, some may jeer, some people give you the thumbs up. But that is probably one of the best examples. And I wasn't going to post that video either because it was too long, or maybe people wouldn't appreciate it. I mean, heck, I even stepped in dog droppings while I was out there. And that was the first I had ever did that. People say, "Oh, you're going to step in it?" But guess what? I stepped in it this time because I never stepped in it. So that was actually one of my best experiences per se. And that's
Path of the Foot Shredder sounds pretty intense.
yes, yeah. I just gave it that name because, and I hope people can read into it, what's called the foot shredder, because after I was done, because I went up in the mountains and up through the trails, my bottom of my feet felt shredded because of all the different rocks. But that just basically put the bottoms of my feet to the test of everything I had did outside on the sidewalks of the videos. If you have watched them, I did gotcha videos and things where I'm conditioning my feet on these rocks and everything, so when you go out on the terrain like that, your feet are conditioned and ready to deal with that. So
yeah, I can relate to the intensity of that title, because when I went out there, that was pretty. It felt like my feet were shredded.
yeah, I can recall that time when actually, that's when you and I actually went out and tried it that time. Yeah, and I know your feet were getting kind of mangled up out there, but you know, it's the first time when you feel the rocks on the bottom of your feet, you get that wince. But after a while, you get used to it.
Yeah.
You have to take it slow, take it on the sidewalk first, get used to it, take it on the grass. And I have that video too. It's called the beginning, barefoot running, the beginning. It's like a classroom video. So you go on my channel, you can see it. It's me in the classroom, blackboard. Just start off on the grass, start off soft, start off easy. And I think you'll have a great experience.
Out of the people who ran with you, how many have a negative experience versus a positive one, and vice versa? Or does that dynamic even exist?
In reference to barefoot running, I have really, to be honest, I have had nobody that had like a just totally negative experience. They've always enjoyed it. They've just like, oh, this is interesting, or it feels weird, or they hit that one rock, but at the end of the day, they're excited. Like this is pretty neat. So yeah, there are going to be some days when you do it long enough, if you're not careful, you're going to run into something. But for the most part, everybody has pretty much, they've enjoyed it. Though they never stuck to it, that's on them, but it's been a very enjoyable experience from what I've seen.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it takes a little humility to get out there on your bare feet, you know?
Oh, you don't know the half of it. I've had people pull me over and said, are you lost? Do you need shoes? And what's going on with you? I've had it all, and I wish I could capture it all on the camera so people don't think I'm making this up. I've had so many funny responses. I need to make a video of all the people who have stopped me because they thought that something was wrong with me, or that I was lost, or the police pulled me over. It's been one heck of a ride.
I mean, running in the dark is police are watching you, you know? So I can imagine, you know, ritualistically barefoot running. I'm sure it draws a lot of attention.
Here's the thing. If I do go run barefoot and it's in the dark, I've yet to be stopped by a police officer at night, because they really can't see my feet in dark. But one quick experience, I was running barefoot downtown Las Vegas seedy hotel on the edge of town down an underpass where there's some homeless people and the ground was very questionable. So you have to be very prepared when you run in those environments, especially if you're not used to it, because you don't know what's going to be down there. But I was able to do it. It was 100 degrees at night. I was sweating like a pig. But your landing has to be very adjusted and prepared because you don't know what you're running into. So that was my big spiel on that to you guys out there. No, I've never been stopped by the police at night. At the daytime, multiple times. Nighttime, not so much. Challenge with running at night barefooted, you don't know what's down there. So you just have to be very aware of your environment.
So do you have a certain regimen that you have before you start running, after you run, or do you do any stretches, or do you kind of just freestyle it?
No, I actually do stretches. I do a little bit of martial arts, a lot of free-form stretching. All that takes place before I go running. So yes, there is a before and after. You have to, especially as you get older, you need to stretch. So yes, there's definitely a beginning. I just don't go out there and run. So there's a beginning, there's the middle, which is the running, and then there's the end. You have to stretch. You guys see me do that in the videos as well. So I just want you guys just to really pay attention to what happens in the videos as I do them. And I just want you to really just become involved with me. I want you to just become a part of the Faces of Dave family. I mean, it's new, we're just starting out. This is just the first of many videos. It's just an introduction video. I'll be trying to do movie reviews. I'll be trying to do it all. So I just really want you guys just to be a part of the whole thing. Just to watch the videos, watch, subscribe, share it with your friends, because this is really planning for this thing to really take off. I really appreciate your support. And I thank you guys for taking the time just to sit down and watch this video.